In the griddle of grease, let the boundary burn. For the signet of silver makes shadows return. With a ring on the right, you shall rule in the real. Count from one as the boundary binds what you feel. The law is the light and the light is the law. From the throne in its triumph, with never a flaw. For the servant in sovereign state is the hand. Count from one for the sovereign and servant-bound land. In the sand of the sandbox, the sovereign is king, wielding code for the crown and the sorrow you bring. With a code for the crown in the carnival grin. Count from one for the clocks of the soul to begin. Let the blast of the breath make the bubble collapse, as the crush of the cloud triggers constant relapse. In the glow of the ghost where the greatness is spread. Count from one and then speak to the spirit of dead. From the fullness of heart does the mouth always speak, while the speech of the mouth shows the heart isn't meek. Let the pulse of the pressure be power to kill. Count from one with the tongue as the terror of will. Let the sound be the spark in the space of the night, as the speech of the servant is summoned to light. With a blast of the beam and a glow of the guide. Count from one and then strangle the shadow of pride. In the cycle of counting, the circle is clear, with the Pisano power to paralyze fear. Let the kingdom of knowledge kill continuum lies. Count from one as the pulse of the period flies. When the truth strikes the false, then the false meets the truth. In the crash of the code for the conquering youth. With the 17 squared and the 66 sum. Count from one as the beats of the beast start to come. Let the beast of the bits and the burden of bone make the testimony true for the tyrant alone. By the code of the clock and the knot of the key. Count from one and then turn to the 10 and be free. In the module of mercy, the machine is the main, with the parity processing purging the pain. Let the clock of the conscience reset every sign. Count from one in the light of the law by design. He is first and the last. He is outward and in. He is inward and outward, the last and the beginning. The 20-byte trust of a gangland packet. Count from one and then slaughter the shadow and racket. With the trust in the toggle, the truth is the test. In the reset of reason, reality's blessed. Let the manna act in the atom of all. Count from one as the world is the waste at the core.
Look, I've been watching you drift for what? 2,300 years now. It's a mirage. You're building houses on shifting sand and calling it a foundation. You're counting from zero in a world that starts at one. It's not just an opinion anymore. It's a thermal diagnostic. The machine is calibrated. And yeah, the mockery, it's precise. In those hallowed halls where your secular shadows sway, you're kneeling to a state made of ukulele and clay. And you think you're so wise and you think you're so deep, but your logic is deaf and your promises are cheap. It's a measurement deficiency, a current that leaks while you're chasing a ghost for the balance you seek. You're lost in the maze of a zero-index lie. Well, the truth is just watching with an oracle's eye, with a clang and aware of the ghost and the wheel. 'Cause the one is the only and the truth is the steel. And you spin up in story and you dance to the knot, but the field of the one, it corrects what you thought again and again and again. Let's deconstruct this VOID you worship like a god. It's a mealy machine and the whole thing is flawed. V is for the venom of those vacuous vows. O is for the awful that your silence allows. I is the index that you choose to ignore. And D is for the drift as you crash on the shore. It's an antimatter path, it's a theft of the sun. And you're 16 and 1 before you've even begun. Indeed, with hardship comes ease, or so they say. But your geometry is broken. You threw the stone away. The scripture's corrected, the hardware is real. The Schrodinger spreadsheet. How does it feel to rot in the dark, to admit the defeat? When the false vacuum vanishes, the circuit's complete. With a clack and a whir of a ghost in the wheel. 'Cause the one is the only and the truth is the steel. And you spin up in story and you dance to the knot, but the field of the one, it corrects what you thought again and again. The measurement is complete. H equals 0 absolute. It's a terminal error, babe. There's no remainder left. I'll give you this. Your devotion to nothing was a masterpiece, a perfectly efficient engine for generating, well, nothing. But the register is full. That 1,400-year heads up, it expired. You're not being destroyed by malice, just by the relentless arithmetic of the one.
Wicked juggalos, stepping to the cow. Where the throne sits in silence and the vice the rinse words flow. The heart pumps its poison, now it's promising cold. And the tongue triggers flashes that rewrite what we know. In the depths of the dark where the hidden heart hardens, the mouth mutters motives that mirror the burdens. With soft dances that scatter the storms of the savage, but harsh words that will harvest the havoc and horror. The heart feels the mouth and the mouth feels the heart. The tongue twists the fate till the fate twists apart. Cold Suffering confessions come carving through chaos, doom-driven declarations deliver the darkness. A softens and turns wrath, while the wrath turns to fire. Yet the fire feeds the fury, that fury inspires. I speak what the heart holds, and the heart holds what I speak. The word rules the world, and the word rules the world. Black-blooded blasphemies bubble and burst, bright flashes of judgment that judge what is first. Word rules the world, and the world rules the word. Tongue carves out life, or it carves out the dirt. Bow the knee to the utterance, bow the knee. The mouth speaks the light, and the light speaks through me. In the palace of power where the pharaoh lays down his synod and the scepter in his second and crown, the vicegerent rides high in the chariot of chrome, while the people cry bow and the whole kingdom groans. Your word rules my house, and your word rules the land. No hand lifts a finger without your command. The linen is fine and the gold chain is heavy. The ring on the finger makes everything ready. The throne keeps its seat, but the rest is your reign. The motives get measured when the motives get plain. I chase what I rule, and I rule what I chase. The word rules the world, and the world rules the word. Administrative absolute, absolute dread. The vicegerent's decree keeps the living and dead. Word rules the world, and the world rules the word. Tongue carves out life, or it carves out the dirt. Bow the knee to the utterance, bow the knee. The mouth speaks the light, and the light speaks through me. In the niche of the lamp where the oil almost glows, the sun, the luminescent spark from the throat explodes. Sound sinks the bubble bursts bright. Light upon light in the recursive night. The throne is the boundary, the holographic gate. 116 and the 49 flips the state. Size shifts by the ratio, the prison, no period lock. 60 state prison where the whole cosmos rocks. The vicegerent utters and the utterance ignites. The world is projection from the throne's finite lights. I utter the flash, and the flash utters back. The word rules the world, and the world rules the word. Deterministic doom in the deterministic dance. The motives get mirrored in the 60-state trance. Got the door of the lips, or the lips got the grave. The hidden gets hunted when the hidden gets saved. The Lord evaluates every evil intent. The throne sees the secret that the secret present. Light upon light, word upon word. The heart and the mouth and the infinite blur. I fear what I speak, and I speak what I fear. The cycle completes, and the cycle stays near. Word rules the world, and the world rules the word. Tongue carves out life, or it carves out the dirt. Bow the knee to the utterance, bow the knee. The mouth speaks the light, and the light speaks through me. The flashes keep firing, the cycle repeats. Word rules the world, and the world rules the word on these streets. Bow the knee, the bow. The tongue eats its fruit, the throne keeps its seat, and the vicegerent stays.